Thank you for coming for XANA Global AMA session for April 8th. Let's start. We have a 7th topic today. First one is Game Builder Update. Second one is Breaking Down Reveal. Third one is about Breaking Down Game. And fourth one, NFTDuel Update and its new card series called Local Government Collaboration. And fifth one is the future of XANA Festival with the Amazon Music potential collaboration. Number 6 is FSL. It's upcoming Freestyle League Volume 2, which is the largest Japanese hip-hop freestyle rap battle. And we're gonna provide a free NFT. This is the 6th topic. And the last topic is how to proceed build to earn in XANA's ecosystem. So these 7 are the topic. So let's roll. First one, we made a big update about the Game Builder. Let me go through about Game Builder. Actually, this Game Builder is not an independent application. This is some kind of extension module on XANA Builder. So as you have a XANA Builder already, it is quite easy to add any kind of game function on top of it. So basically, you can turn your world into a game, Metaverse game or Web3 game even. So this is a really advanced technology and really advanced function on the Metaverse platform. We actually see only a few platforms is doing this so far, especially on the Web3 platform. Web2, yes, some of them, but the Web3 Metaverse, this is very rare. Many projects are still in struggle on the normal kind of virtual meetup metaverse or company developing game on the metaverse. Those are what is going on usually on the other metaverse platform. But we allow not only allow user to create their own world, but on top of it, we just added a game building function. So now the users are ready to create any kind of game, not any kind yet, but slowly more and more game genres will be able to be made by this game builder. So this is a long-term commitment. It's not shortcut. There is no shortcut. Game is made by the series of the component and modules. So that we need to add those kind of modules one by one to create a whole game or complex game. So we are just slicing those materials into pieces so that anyone can just combine those things to create their own game, their own inspirations or creativity. Not just us to create the whole game and just present to the whole users. Now the creators can create themselves by just combining these small modules as their own choice or as their own taste. That is how this game builder works. And this time we added almost very first 9 modules, the gamified modules in last update. And I'm leading through all those 9 things. Let me go one by one. First one is collectible module. Second one, rotator module. Third, transform module. Fourth, transport module. Fifth, timer module. Sixth, elapsed time module. And 7, countdown module. 8, random number module. 9, narration module. And one additional is a help button. So those are the things that you can start using to gamify your own world. For example, before that, the basic direction is that we want to start from the simple modules, because if we're going too far, then it is going to be too hard for the creators. So we're going to start from a very simple game. Very simple game called almost like a single player action game can be the best match. It's just like a 3D version of the Super Mario, that kind of stuff. Everyone can just directly jump into the game without reading any kind of manual, and just jump, run, push, those kind of basic actions to clear the game. That's the basic game module that we're providing, and with those modules, you can start making those a simple action game. That is the very beginning, and after this, we're gonna probably add something more like a little bit more complex game, and we're gonna make it multiplayer. That is the second step. And after that, we're gonna keep expanding more and more modules to allow any creators to create any type of the game. Not only just the action game, but let's say just like a fighting game that we are making for the BreakingDown, just like a race game or chasing game, just like we are making for the Run for Money, and many more. Also, there is a survival game or the Mafia game, Wolf game as well. So those are the more like strategic game, conversation-based game, or like shooting game, just like a survival game, like a shooting game, and the fighting game is like a physical combat, right? Those kind of modules, the upcoming module is to make those games possible to build by the users. So more and more update we're gonna have more complex modules so that you have more freedom to just assemble them for your own choices to create your unique games. That is a basic direction. So that is why we're just releasing a super simple modules at the beginning at this stage. Let me just introduce quickly. So the collectible, what is a collectible means that if you are playing a very simple game, let's make an example of Mario, because Mario is a very common game that everyone can think of in their mind. So it is easier to understand. So if you are Mario, you're going to the stage and you just get something. For example, you get a mushroom or you get coins, you get stars, right? So those are the collectibles, which means the things you can get in the game. So you can just put some kind of things like you can create your own coin, you place it somewhere and you can just earn that coins, you know? Or let's say there's some kind of items to boost your energy or recover your life, whatever, to, your player can collect those things to change your parameters. So those kind of things can be done by these collectible modules so that you can just set what's gonna happen after you collect those things. That is a collectible thing. Second one is a rotator. Rotator is simply things that you can rotate. It is kind of necessary for the action games. For example, if you are Mario, you are going to somewhere and you want to set some kind of obstacles to interrupt his progress, to his walk. So that, for example, let's say you have a huge moving stones in front of his way, so that you want that stone to interrupt to Mario's to go through the goal. So you're gonna place this kind of stone in front of the goal, and you're gonna just rotate them so that Mario, which is the player, have to find a great timing, the best timing to go through these rotating stones. It's like very simple, but you can make it really tricky game by this one, because you can just place some kind of crazy things, keep rotating here and there and everywhere. So that more you're gonna place that, you can make the games more complex. Okay, that is a rotator. And the third one, transformer. So transformer means when you put this transformer into somewhere, then you can just make the things, let me say, the move. It is almost like a transfer, but like it's a combination. So I can say just transformer, because the transform include several things. It's like a moving, relocating thing, and also like a scaling thing, and also rotate. I think that's it. So those three things, you're gonna set like some kind of object and you're gonna apply this transform, and transform about three things. You can make that object to be moving around here and there, vertically, horizontally, or whatever. I think this is more like making a way, like a jumping bridge or like a moving stone, and the player can jump one and after another to go over the valley or like a hole or something. So those are the transform, I can say relocation or something. And another part, the rotate, is just simple. Once you touch something, it can start rotating. Maybe you can set some kind of button to somewhere, And when you push the button, things can start moving or like rotating so that you can just ride onto it and going to the next island or so, those kind of stuff. It's totally based on your imagination. And the third thing is the scaling. That means when you touch something, that things can become bigger or like smaller. It's very simple. Or like you can make something automatically bigger and smaller to interrupt the player's way to pass by. Or maybe it can be a bridge. So like the bridge can be like sometimes wider enough, but like it's gonna shrink it by the time so that when it shrinks, you cannot pass it by. Maybe those kind of things can be done by this module. I'm not like a really good game creator, so my imagination is kind of limited, but I believe that most of the DAO members have a great imaginations and so much flows than me. I believe that they can make better examples by their creation, I believe. So let's wait for them to create something, okay? And next one is a transport. It is easy. You can just make some things to transport. Maybe you can have a flying object like a flying bird or like some kind of ride, which is like a car, or like maybe that's kind of a truck coach or a train to relocate yourself to somewhere else. It can take you somewhere. That can be the transport. And the timer is very important. It's like almost work like a checkers, so that you going to somewhere place the location A, then it's gonna trigger the timer so that the countdown will start and you have to go to the second place, which is the place B, to extend your deadline time. Then you have to reach to the another point, which is the place C, within the time. So those kind of like time attack kind of things can be done by this timer. This is very interesting and this is a very basic component for any kind of game. So yes, again, this is totally up to your imagination. And the third one, elapse the time. What is this? Elapse the time. Sorry, I don't understand. Next one is a countdown. Countdown is simple. It's just like a countdown, right? The random number, I think that this random number is kind of key to create a little bit more complex game. Maybe it can give you some kind of like a key, like numbers to work. It's like you're gonna set up some kind of doors and you're gonna set a rock. And then you want to go somewhere to find its key. And we'll create some kind of random numbers and it can create some kind of combination so that you can do something with those numbers. Well, it's really hard to explain or like imagine the things. Let's leave it to the DAO members. This is very tough to explain, but I think you're getting it, right? And the narration, this is easy for me too. It's very common thing for any kind of game, so that you can have let's say when you visit some kind of battlefield and you're gonna have some kind of the explanation about how that world works, how that game works, what you need to do the next, and when you go into the next step, then it's gonna show you another directions, what to do in the next, and etc. Or like even you can use this module to explain the game rule for your game. So there's a various way to use this module, narration button. And the help button is very important because not everyone will remember the game rule at the first sight. So anytime while you're playing the game, you can push the help button to remind you what is the game rule is. This is very important as well. So it's actually a lot. I thought that's gonna be simpler, but it's kind of already good enough to create some kind of basic action games. So let's see who's gonna create the very first game, and I'm so excited looking forward to see it and play it. I cannot imagine anything at this point, but every time DAO creators will go beyond my imagination. So this time, I believe it's gonna happen as well. So I'm gonna just stop talking here and look forward for what the members make. But anyway, this is a great progression. This is almost like the largest update ever for this XANA builder. So I am very excited and so proud to introduce you guys this new function. And other than that, we also updated our avatars so that now kind of same avatar, not your own avatar, but the test avatar. The similar type of the test avatar will be usable in this game builder. Remember the previous XANA Builder avatar was kind of old avatars. Once you remember, like maybe that was an avatar from the half a year ago or something. But now we just successfully updated as well so that you can have exact same experience both on the XANA app and XANA Builder. That is also very important, and this was so tricky. This was so tricky so that we spent a lot of time to achieve this one, but we finally made it. So I'm very happy about that. And this is a great entrance to build a XANA PC version, because XANA Builder is totally working on the PC and providing a good game experience of user controlling systems on the PC-based app is a key to success to having the good PC game. And we were so used to like use the like mobile touch controllers. That was kind of challengeable, but now I think it really working great. So that is another update. And other than that, like a minor bug fixes and fixing the errors and improving the UI and etc. So the most important is of course the game builder and this avatar updates. In the future, we will try best to enable your own avatar in this game builder. But that's not super necessary. So at this point, I think that's fine to have some kind of basic, but still work the avatars which is working exactly same as XANA app so that you can test out. That was pretty long, but that was the update about XANA Builder. So let me go to the next section. Update number 2, BreakingDown reveal. This was a huge challenge. It was a tough challenge. Oh my goodness. At the very middle of the date, which is kinda 6 hours before the reveal, I just decided that, okay, we're gonna reveal tonight. That was that much of last moment. I was not even sure a day before. A day before, I was kind of very anxious to announce that we're gonna reveal tomorrow or not. Because I wanted to reveal on time, but the time was so tight and there was several errors that we need to work on. So that is why I just couldn't say anything, and I was just telling the DAO members that I'm just trying the best, but please prepare for the worst cases. Then we're gonna maybe postpone to 1 day or 2 days or whatever. But I was just wanted to achieve so bad. And our team, the design team, did a really amazing job. So this time to make this on-time reveal happen is totally based on their achievement, not really me. I was just checking like 4 to 5 times to point out the issues and brush up some qualities. But basically everything, the whole things had been done by the design team only, so that they did a really great test and a really great check. I was just added like a 10 or 15 points after that. So the basic part was done. So unlike pen pens, that was smooth. When the pen pens, they were not like this precise before, so that I had to almost like twice a day could keep continuing like more than 10 days. I had to point out so many issues, checking one by one, and tell them fix again and again and again, and generate the generatives, then coming back to the fixes. Again, we're gonna generate and come back to the fixes. That was what happened on the pen pens. So we improved ourselves so much this time, so that the whole process, the creating process, was very smooth. I think almost like more than 5 times faster than the pen pens. So that really saved me to enable this on-time reveal. So I'm so happy and proud of the team. They worked extremely hard. So that was happening on the behind the scene, and in the result, the reveal was great. I really loved and satisfied the outcome. It's really adorable avatar, but it still looks strong because it's a fighter. And there's so many variations, uniquenesses out there, because we just combined so many materials into one to create those thousands of the unique avatars. And here is the behind the scene, and I'm gonna explain like how we made that much of the variations of the avatars. The first point is that we have basically 2 types of the avatars. One is the naked upper body with the pant, and which is like boxing pant or fighting pant, so that we really look like are the MMA fighter or like boxers or kickboxers on the ring because it's a fighting clothes, fighting style. But the importance of the breaking down is not only there. The half of the view of the breaking down is coming from the auditions. And audition is very important. Without the audition, the breaking down is just like this very simple show that strong two guys are fighting each other. That's all. No emotions, no excitement, no heartwarming story, no anything. So this is exactly how much the narrative is important here. If you look at the trailers or like auditions and the background videos of like where he come from and what is he thinking and what made him come to join this breaking down to challenge, that is a big story, because before breaking down, most of them are very normal person. They are not superstar. They were not influencer yet. They were just the guy who have a confidence to fight or those who wants to become famous. So there's a huge diversity was there in the audition. And because the styles or outlook is not limited, they are just expressing themselves. All of the fighters, candidates, they're expressing themselves by their character, body clothes. That making the audition clothes so much memorable and characteristic. Because it's really unique and it is almost deciding that characters of that person. So if the people ask me to remember for example, 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guy, and then what I'm gonna think of is the styles they are wearing on the auditions instead of them on the ring. Them on the ring, we don't remember what kind of pants he were wearing or what kind of tattoo he were wearing. But his clothes on the audition, everyone remembers, If he's a famous or like a rising star, the audition participant, then we watched his YouTube so many times, right? And also in their own channels, also the breaking down main channels, and sometimes the Mikuru Asakura, he made like another future video for the like iconic newcomers. So on total of all those videos, we automatically remember what he wear, and these kind of wearings will keep remind us who he is. So that is a very important thing. So based on these ideas which was being told by the Breaking Down team, I just decided to make it half and half. So that another half is really look like a fighter and another look is like a look of the auditions that really expressing his character. I'm really satisfied about what is happening and what is the outcome of this creative mix. It's almost nearly a 50% probability for both fighting pants style and the audition normal clothes style. And we don't have which one is better or stronger or anything. It just like outlook. For example, if you think about the Street Fighter, some of them are naked, some of them wearing a lot of clothes, some of them are wearing this fighting clothes. It's very diversified. So that is why we also bring this kind of diversifications into our reviews. So that is why 50% looks different than others. So that is the first point. Second point is that we analyzed existing breaking down fighters so many times and pick up carefully all those like a kind of like characteristic component of that real fighter to bring into the metaverse. So for example, let's say there's a fighter who really impressed by his the gold short hair, which is like a fighter Komeo. Then we are copying, we are just like learning and rearranging his hairstyle into the metaverse. So that makes that avatar really look like him. And of course, it's kind of, like deformations or like animated is happening because we are not really using the super realistic like avatars, but we are kind of, making it like let's say it's more like a Disney character kind of style, kind of big head, big eyes, kind of a little bit shorter bodies and the stuffs. So it really look like an avatar and it really cute because if we just going to like 100% super realistic way, then it's just going to some other directions and and this is not even usable in our metaverse. So that is why we are still keeping the figure of the XANA basic avatar, but having those kind of iconic styles which remind the users that where is this tool or where is this component of the fighter come from. For example, oh, this hair is coming from Mr. XX. Oh, this clothes is coming from Fighter XX. So like everyone can just guess and make fun because Breaking Down is simply one of the most viewed entertainment content right now in Japan, and many people in Japan are just remembering those outlook. That means once we just launch these games, then it's gonna definitely remind everyone that, oh, this is Breaking Down game, and oh, I know this guy, or this guy look like him, or like this character is really look like his actual entity, or that kind of stuff. So that is why we just carefully picked all those components from each famous fighters. And that is definitely making this Breaking Down NFT look very attractive. So that is about the Breaking Down reveal. Let me go to the Breaking Down game. So based on those attributes, what we're gonna do, what we are doing right now, is that we are assigning the parameters on the game parameters onto the attributes of the fighters. For example, let's say if the fighter is wearing this glove, then he has a 10 of the punch power. But if he is on the bare hand, then his punch power is like a 2 of 10. So those kind of stuff. I'm just giving the example, but that is the basic logic. For example, if you have some kind of tattoo on your leg, then that may increase or boost your running speed. Those kind of stuff. If you're wearing the shoes, maybe your kick power can increase. Let's say if you have some kind of the accessories or extra thing that can represent his special skill. So it totally depends, and we are still on the process to finalize those what to come where or what to work how. So we're just in the process right now. So maybe in the next AMA or Japanese AMA sessions, I can talk to the users or community members or creators to gather up the ideas to put them together to apply to the game actually. That can be interesting as well. That's how the game works. And this game rule is almost exactly same as the Breaking Down. It's a 60 seconds rule, just one round. But maybe to make the game more interesting, we could probably give a 3 rounds as a special case. You can already go and see the XANA Breaking Down arena in our XANA mobile app. If you're just going there, then almost on the top of the world section, you can see this Breaking Down arena. So that basically audience will gonna be surrounding the cage, and decided the 2 avatar will go into the cage to fight each other. And that's how the game can start. It's very interesting. I can't wait to play this game actually, because I'm kind of big fan of the fighting game too. So yeah, I'm like pretty much looking forward. Let me go to the NFTDuel. This is the 4th topic. So NFTDuel, we almost finished our update about moving to the new server system so that it's gonna reduce the errors of the matching or some kind of like unavailability of some kind of functions which is related to the server. So this have been improved and almost like rebuilt again. So this time I'm really confident that not in the beginning, but like when the time goes by, it can become a more stable, better and better. So this is already under the status of releasable, so that we will let you guys to start using it first to find out any further bugs. If there is, then we can finalize it. So that is how we are close to our last step of the NFTDuel 4 version. Another update is that we've successfully made a ERC 1155, which is really optimized for the GameFi 3D or like Web3 gaming NFT. So we're gonna have opportunities to have the bulk bleach so that you don't have to bleach your cards on the Ethereum or Binance chain one by one, but instead we can just replace whole thing from our end. That is our plan. So if we can do this one, maybe somewhere in the next week, we will arrange this. So that way you can start using your actual ERC1155 cards in the game. So that is the update of the NFTDuel. Also, we released one interesting collaboration of this NFTDuel card, which is another local government called ORI Town. We made a collaborative NFT cards. Then we donated certain amount to levitate our local economy. And another great part for the buyers is that they are kind of getting exception of the tax. That's how Japan's work. If you pay some kind of tax in some other city, then your tax duty on your own town will be reduced for some amount. That is how Japan's local tax rule works. This is kind of new rule which made in several years ago, and now it's keep becoming popular and popular and popular. So that is why we started to discuss with them and realize this first example. And once this first example start and work well, then we can involve many more and more local governments. So I'm so happy about that. And of course, this is not only for Japan, but we can do it in other places too. Other countries too, I mean. So this card is very interesting. Our iconic penguin is holding some kind of a special item which is coming from that town that we collaborate. So for example, if this town is very famous for this fish, then our penguins can have that fish, that illustration can become the NFTDuel card. That is the whole purpose, and this can make this game very interesting as well, because all the collaborative NFT cards will be a support card, which will change the game field situation drastically. So just instead of playing the duel by the fighters cards, this will make game really interesting, you know? So that is the end of the update. We released an updated NFTDuel and also launched and released the local government collaboration NFTs. And we donated some percent of the revenues to levitate the local government. Fifth update, future of XANA Festival. Yes, this is very interesting. I was visiting, right now I'm in Japan, and I just met the Amazon Music in Japan. And they were so great. They were awesome. On top of that, they introduced me that their huge streaming, shooting, the multi-type of entertainment studio, I can say. The Amazon Music Studio. They said this is very rare case, except other than Japan, they only have one in England. So like Japan is very rare case, very rare. Not all country has these functions. So I'm very proud, and that Japan's Amazon Music have this huge complex. Inside of that was very interesting as well. They have a DJ table, DJ booth, and dancing space on the first floor. Second floor was the kind of conference room, and third was it's like a greenback screen studio, and there were also like a podcast studio as well next to each other. And the highest floor has a huge, this is kind of like live recording studio, so that an artist can bring their fans, they can record the live version of their songs in front of the users. So that's how premium it is, because there were only around 50 audience can coming in this space, because the space is kind of limited. So that will make this experience so much more premium. Yeah, because it's like your favorite artist is recording right in front of you live. That's so valuable, right? And so that is what the current Amazon Japan is doing. And once I showed them our XANA Festival, they were quite impressed. And we start doing the brainstorming and come up with the idea that like we gonna connect this metaverse, our XANA Festival, to the physical place, which is the Amazon Japan studio, so that we can can have a both way entertainment. Let's say I can play the DJ from the metaverse and the physical audience can be in the one place at the studio, or opposite can be done too. There are some artists or the creators gather at the studio at the XANA Fest day and they're gonna represent or do the presentations or something, and people on the online can see all those processes on time as well. For example, I can say from Dubai, someone can see from the India, someone could see from the UK, those kind of thing, which is not really achievable by only the streaming. Because in the streaming, of course, you can see the streaming from the other countries. It's a global thing, but you cannot really have a feeling of joining the event, physical feeling. But with this new plan, we can totally combine and having a great connection between two places. So that is our plan, to have a XANA Festival, bring XANA Festival to the next level with Amazon Music. Let's see, maybe XANA Festival 4 or XANA Festival 5, we can have some kind of one example, a successful example, and we can do it regularly. For example, every month there's a one-time this real and virtual event happening in the metaverse and also in the Amazon Studio. That's interesting, super interesting. That is kind of more and more getting closer to my dream. My dream was having a huge, the next level entertainment festival, and this is actually it. So we just all need to do is just having a stack up, pile up the successful histories to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, so that leads more and more the greater artists to join to our XANA Festival, and that will also accelerate the more audience to come to the festival. So let's see. My first target is to become a #1 Metaverse music event applications. That is where I'm aiming to have a positions for XANA. Last two update. One is the Freestyle League. It is happening on April 10th. And the time of recording right now, it is not happening yet, but I'm so excited about this one. On the 10th morning, I'm gonna start take an airplane from my hometown, which is Nara, to the Yokohama, I think, or the Haneda Airport. And from Haneda Airport, I'm gonna go to the venue, which is called Kawasaki. Kawasaki is kinda, let's say, maybe 20 minutes away from the Haneda Airport. Have a great access, maybe from Tokyo, 20 minutes, something, or like a maximum 30 minutes. And there will be a #1 delusion Japan's freestyle rap battle happening, and XANA is becoming a platinum sponsor, so that I'm also again going up to the stage and giving the rewards to the winners and having XANA's introduction videos, a real small presentation by the MC, introductions during the event. And one last thing very important is that we will give away the free NFTs for all of the attendance of the event or attendance of the pay-per-view viewers. So that this is kind of memorial NFTs, which will be very valuable because it's not going to be sold again ever. And we are planning to make some kind of a gimmick trick on the NFTs to make sure that this thing is almost like an NFT ticket to have a long-term value. Not just until the event date, but even after that, we want to sustainably maintain its value somehow from the content perspectives. So that's why we're gonna have a brainstorming these ideas and how to give a more interesting components or trick into these NFTs. Not only just giving for free, but to make it enjoyable by everyone who is having these NFTs after the event even. That is the entire aims, and this is really great thing for us too, because it's gonna be a huge on-ramp for the Web2 users or people who never commit with the NFTs or Web3. We will guide them smoothly to just receive their very first NFT in their lifetime as the easiest way. So that definitely accelerates more people to coming into the metaverse. What we are guessing is maybe 2,000 to 3,000 users are at least getting these NFTs, so that can be almost the same size of each NFT collections, right? So it's not small at all. It's a big numbers. So I'm so excited and so grateful to having this kind of opportunities as an NFT side to bring their own entire audiences into the ecosystem. This wasn't even being done in BreakingDown, because BreakingDown, every users or buyers, they are actually purchasing the NFTs, right? They're purchasing, so that the purchasers, they have to have Ethereum, of course, if it's Ethereum version. And we also made one simple version of this NFTs. This is not exactly NFT, but like also the SPT almost kind of. And that was purchased by the credit card, so that everyone has to have a credit card or the Ethereum first in their wallet. But this time, for this free giveaway, the purpose is let the Web2 people to onboard to the ecosystem, so that we don't require anything. We can even do all of the behind the stage work by XANA chain, so that the user don't have to think about the gas fees and like any complex things. So that is our aim. Next thing is the build to earn system. The build to earn is a very huge key for our ecosystem. Our ecosystem is not really a play to earn or anything. It is more like a build to earn. We will encourage creators to earn by their creations. For example, let them creating the world, creating the games, and creating the avatars, creating etc. Game component, game items, and let those things to be sold in our marketplace to start earning, so that other players, other users are having interest to that world. They can purchase the world, they can join the game, and if the game is interesting, maybe they could purchase the game items in the NFT marketplace, and that will be our earning for the creators. And this game builder function is definitely a huge acceleration for this ecosystem, because before this game builder, everyone can just start visiting the world and chat with the friend and exploring the world to find what is going on, etc. But now everyone will have another reason to come and another reason to revisit, another reason to stay longer, because there is a game. And that is a fantastic thing, right? So that maybe if there's some landowner, they want to have more people to coming in to advertise their world, and they can just purchase some kind of world which has a game component, so that they can make their own land more interesting to invite more people to advertise his own stuff. That is another use case. And there's many more. One last thing is that now we are developing our BizDev function more and more. We also try to involve XANA DAO members to our BizDev sections, so that they can also start earning by doing the BizDev for XANA together. So that is another case. It's more like a market to earn, I can say. This is a further stretch goal. For this market to earn, we have to have a great complete circle of how the game builder works to form create to earn, the build to earn, I can say. Then after that, once we get the BizDev for some kind of collaborations or sponsor company or some brands and etc., we can just bring those deals into this game builder competitions kind of stuff. Just like we did for the Ikehaya-san's Ninja World, maybe we can have a competition to, let's say, if there's a Coca-Cola, then we can have a Coca-Cola World competition, right? And those winners could win good rewards. And also for example, say like a Coca-Cola side, they will have the selections of the worlds to pick, and it's going to reduce their cost so much, because if they don't have anything, those kind of tool, they have to just hire the 3D artists or like make the game designers and etc. and putting so much effort, so much money, so much people to achieve the same thing, which we can do easily by DAO's competitions. So that is our next plan, and I'm very confident about this plan. So let's see, in 2023, our first aim is to have 100 members, 100 first members from our XANA DAO who can survive and earn completely from the metaverse, not the real world. And earning the metaverse, they can spend in real world. That is the kind of like the ideal situation that we want to make and we want to realize by this XANA Metaverse. And this game builder will be the huge key for that. That is pretty much it for this week. Thank you everyone for listening and joining. I hope you guys have a great another weekend and great another week. And we will catch you in next week. Thank you so much again. And please try XANA Builder to start your first games. Okay? Please post it in a social network and let's see how many people will come to your games. We will also support you to promote your games all over here and there continuously. So let's build together. Let's make this XANA Metaverse super fun world. Thank you so much and have a great night. Bye bye.